Listen up, guys. Women aged between 5 and 75 reveal the one piece of advice they would give to men, from be nice to stop taking your penis out in public. This is an article from the Mail Online, courtesy of the dailymail.co.uk, and it's based on a video made by Glamour magazine. So women aged between 5 and 75, well, first of all, I think I'd say to the Mail Online and Glamour magazine, 5-year-old girls are not women, and why don't you try leaving children alone? I'm not aware that men's magazines or do anything like this. Anyway, here are the subheadings. In a nearly 3-minute video, 70 women gave their words of wisdom to men. Well, how patronising, how womansplaining is that? Some of their guidance ranged from simply being nice to girls and letting men know that it's okay to cry. Okay, whatever. And this has been penned by Chloe Castleberry for dailymail.com. And she begins by saying, despite what some men may think, they don't have it all figured out. I'm not sure that any men have women figured out, and women don't have women figured out. That's why women are constantly being advised by women's magazines and self-appointed gurus and experts on relationships and advice counsellors and so on and so forth, because they're so fucked up. They think one thing one day, they say something the next, they do something different to that, then they complain about whatever the hell they get because they're fucking brainwashed. Right, I'm going to skip the advice that the young girls gave, because I just think it's exploitative and frankly disgusting. Anyway, it says here, the advice changed a bit with an 11-year-old who said, stop being so weird, as her piece of advice to men. And a wise 13-year-old who advised men to remember that girls have feelings too. Yeah, well, I think men know that, but stop being so weird. Where does an 11-year-old get this information? And it's from teenage girls' magazines. It's from media culture. They are being brainwashed by the media. A 14-year-old wanted men to remember that they aren't better than girls. See, she's been brainwashed already into believing that that's the attitude of men, which of course is bullshit. But she's brainwashed. And I'm just thinking, going off on a very slight tangent here, of Yuri Bezmenov, the KGB defector from the 1980s, so I'm sure some of you will have heard of. There are videos of him here on YouTube. And he says that once you brainwash someone using KGB techniques, you can shower that person in the truth, and they won't see it till you put them in a gulag. Who is going to red pill these girls, I'm wondering, in later years, as the mainstream media continuously just brainwashes them? It's just disgusting. Anyway, moving up on in age here, listen to women. A 21, 24 and 26-year-old said, I've been listening to women for decades, and all I hear is bullshit. Another woman, 23, offered some advice to the men who one day want to be fathers. Oh, 23 years old, and she's offering advice to men to be fathers. She said, if you're going to be a dad, be a good one. Well, that's pretty impossible, love, when you've been driven out of your family and had your children taken away from you by the state and your ex-bloody bitch wife. Not that that's ever happened to me. I've never been married or had children. So how can you be a good father when you've been denied all access to your children, and your bitch ex-wife can defy all the court orders that she wants, and meanwhile you're being forced to pay child support, and you're being branded by the mainstream media as a deadbeat dad and a feckless father. But I wouldn't expect a young bitch like that to know that. And one woman, 25, wanted to give the men watching the video a reality check, and remind them that they're not that big of a deal. Okay, so she's openly hostile to men and doesn't think much of men. I'd advise her to become a lesbian. Other advice offered up by the women in their 20s included, love your mothers. Yeah, we do. They don't come from the same idiotic, brainwashed generation as you stupid woman. Don't manspread on the subway. She's learned that from the media. And grow up. Yeah, right back at you, moron. Be kinder to woman. Well, that's poorly said. Be kinder to women, I think that means. A 30-year-old said, why? Doesn't sound like you're very kind to men. And she goes on to say, get this, we're the only connection between the living world and the spiritual world, and that's pretty special. What the fuck is she talking about? One woman, 31, took the time to remind men that women need romance. Jesus, how much more of you? I'm not going to do this for much longer because I'm boring myself with this rubbish. And two other women in their 30s wanted their male counterparts to know that they should say what you get this, say what you mean what you say, and do what to say. I'll repeat that, and then I'm going to just say fuck it. Say what you mean what you say, and do what to say. Okay. Like I say, I'll leave the link to the article and this video, this Glamour video in the comment section, and pin them to the top. And if you want to really torture yourself and read the whole article, then by all means do, guys. But this is a kind of these are the females, the supposed mothers of tomorrow that I'm talking about so far. God help the future. Anyway, thank you very much, and thumbs up always helps. Comments section, thank you very much. Any comments you like, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you.